Hello friends, we are currently discussing how to use prompts for fund flow analysis. In my last video, I explained you in detail about the fund flow analysis. What is it all about? If you don't know fund flow analysis, or if you're for the first time hearing this term, I would request you to please check my previous video, understand this fund flow analysis before proceeding with this video. Now I am going to show you the prompting in action for this fund flow analysis. So what is it? This is the prompt which we'll be using. I'm saying that I'm attaching it to a balance sheet for a detailed fund flow analysis. Prepare a schedule of changes of working flow capital. Identify and classify different sources of funds. Similarly, for application of funds, summarize and explain whether the working capital increased or decreased. Key movements where the important decrease or increase is there, like fixed assets, increase in borrowings, and so on. And what is the overall inference of this analysis? And the presentation format, like present the table in a structured, present the result in a structured table format with headings and clear labeling. The table should have a column to show the calculations. I want to know how the number is arrived and ensure that the total and sources are balanced. If it is not balanced, you should give a reason why it is not balanced. So straight we go to apply this prompt onto the balance sheet. This fund flow application or a fund flow tool is a very powerful analysis to understand what the company is doing in its balance sheet, whether it is increasing debt, decreasing debt, increasing its fixed assets, whatever. Okay, let us go to the results. The first point what I asked was prepare a schedule of changes in working capital. So working capital, where are the items which have decreased? When compared to horizontal analysis where you get a percentage change between 2 years, here you will get just the absolute numbers. What is the change between the numbers, actual numbers in the balance sheet, and whether it's increase or decrease. So first comes the schedule of working capital. Then what are the sources of funds? Sources of fund means what are the items which led to increase the amount in the balance sheet? That's exactly what we asked for. Identify and classify the sources of funds. Yes. Now it identifies like wherever plant property, it has decrease in plant, equipment and property due to which cash has been generated. Similarly, use of funds. Where was the money deployed? So there's an increase in working capital, then increase in CWIP, and increase in financial liabilities. What it has done is shifted from the company has shifted from long-term, non-current liabilities to the current liabilities. So net fund flow. I had told that please ensure it is balanced. Somewhere I have told ensure that the total source and applications are balanced, but it is not balanced. Why? Because there must be some negligible amount which is not reflected in the balance sheet. Okay. Now key movements identified. So huge increase in cash, huge decrease. So the company has sold some assets or whatever, and it has increased the financial liabilities. Possible increase due to short-term obligations. That is the current current liabilities, deferred tax liabilities, and non-current borrowings. And what is the overall inference? So there is a net outflow. See this difference, whatever you're seeing, is the total amount which is reduced in the balance sheet. That is, the total source itself is 21,000 lakhs, whereas the total application or spent is 26,000 odd lakhs, due to which there is a decrease of 5.4 lakhs, 5,000, 5.4 k lakhs. So that is being pointed out here. Working capital decreased. There's a clear shift from long-term borrowings to short-term liabilities. So it has settled as long-term borrowings, but it is replaced with short-term borrowings. A notable drop in deferred tax liability. So like this, you will get a very detailed insights between a 2 years balance sheet as to what the company has done, what the company is planning to do, and planning to do in future. Like if it is retiring debt, it is making the balance sheet debt free. If it is investing more on fixed assets, it's planning for future growth. So those are the insights which you get. So here we saw one example. Let us take another example as well. NMDC balance sheet. I'm going to apply the same prompt and just see how the results stack up. Maybe if time permits, we can check one in Claude as well. So first it is giving a schedule of the uh, working capital changes, then sources of funds, like where and all the money has come into the balance sheet and where those money was used. And there's a net difference of around 10,000 odds, 10,000 crores. Significant changes. What are the significant changes? There has been so much amount used for long-term investments, so much amount used for fixed assets, and working capital has increased, and capital work in progress has decreased. Means the projects which were earlier work in progress that has been completed and pushed as or treated as completed assets. Overall performance. Despite this, the net fund flow was negative, funded through internal accruals. So we saw the difference, right? We saw between the sources and application, there's a difference. This difference comes from the cash reserves the company is having or from the profit which has earned that particular year. These are the analysis which has to be deep dive further. But if you were to manually do this fund flow analysis, you are going to take significant time and more difficult to gather such inferences, which you get in a few minutes. So let me also do it in Cloud. One of the same Cloud, I'll use the same prompt. So more or less, you'll get the same output. Maybe some difference will be there in the way it represents. So the prompt is very generic and structured, telling the model clearly what is to be done or how it is to be done. Like I told, show me the calculation, it's showing the calculation. So there's not much to suspect. So friends, we have almost completed the balance sheet prompting for balance sheet analysis. From our next video, we'll take up prompting for a profit and loss statement analysis. That is the second part of the financial statement analysis. Till I catch up, bye my dear friends. Have a great day.